So I don't think it's much of a hot take to say that Rooster Teeth's best years was probably the early 2010s, or at the very least they are the most nostalgic for the majority, myself included. I've been rewatching a lot of Rooster Teeth content lately, specifically Achievement Hunter. Achievement Hunter were always one of my favourite sources of entertainment, especially in the early 2010s, and just in general during the 2010s, as I was growing up from a teenager to a young adult. Long before Achievement Hunter reached its end, there was a series in the early 2010s that I loved watching and rewatching to this day. That series being Go. The premise was simple. Jeff would give the rest of the crew a task, a challenge to complete. Whoever completed it first would win a sticker, and eventually after winning a set amount of stickers, they get a pizza party. My personal favourite thing about Go wasn't necessarily seeing who was going to win each episode, but seeing which games each member of the crew was going to pick to try and complete said challenge, because that was the main thing about this series. I have no doubt this was a pain in the ass to edit, but the premise of Go wasn't just about seeing who could complete the task first, it was also seeing which game each member would pick. I'm sure I wasn't the only person who would do this when watching and rewatching Go, but whenever I was watching Go, I would always look at my library of video games and think to myself, which game would I pick? What game would I pick to try and complete each challenge in? After all these years of watching and rewatching Go, instead of just thinking about it, I actually decided to sit down and actually try and do it myself. Originally, this wasn't going to be a recorded thing, this was something I was going to do during my free time, just whenever I felt like it, to see if I could actually complete each Go. But then I figured, why not? Let's press the record button and turn this into a series of videos for the channel. I think it'll be a fun idea, and I think it would also be fun to have some people join me on this adventure. I don't know if it really is going to be possible, especially with the more game-specific Goes that they did later on in the show. And there's also a obvious thing to point out here. For the most part, I'm by myself. I don't really have the competition side of it. My goal for this series is to simply see if I can use my video games to complete each challenge. With that in mind, since I am mostly going to be doing this by myself, I'm going to alter/change some of the Goes to make them either more challenging or just more interesting for me and more likely you, the viewer, as well. Since I have decided to turn this into a video series on the channel, I feel like I need to put a little bit more effort in on the Goes that I probably won't be able to do, either because of the games that we use, or like I just said, the fact that I'm not really competing with anyone, I'm just sitting in here by myself doing these. So yeah, this won't be exactly the same as what it was with Achievement Hunter's Go series, but I hope it will still be an enjoyable ride for both me and you, the viewer. Hopefully we can have some fun with it still. I am very looking forward to this. I think it will still be a fun adventure to turn into a series of videos. I checked out the Rooster Teeth wiki, and according to that, the show has 9 seasons, so I figured the best way to do this, seeing as how it won't be exactly the same as when Achievement Hunter did it years ago, I will be compiling a season's worth of Go challenges into one video. So this video will be titled Achievement Hunters Go Introduction, Part 0 if you will. And then alongside this video I intend to upload on the same day Achievement Hunters Go Season 1. That is when I will go through every episode from the first season of Go in that video. And then Season 2 will be another video, Season 3 will be the next video. I think you get the idea. There is one more thing I feel the need to point out for this video. Technically I started this journey already last year in 2025. However, that was on a channel that is no longer active, it's retired. It still exists, I just don't intend to use it anymore for videos. I was tempted to just re-upload the first 2 videos from that channel onto this channel to start off the series. However, since I view this channel as like a fresh start for me personally with YouTube, I think it would make more sense to start from scratch. So yeah, I intend to upload this video, the introduction, and the first season video together on the same day, and hopefully from there this can turn into a series of videos for the channel. We'll just have to wait and see how it goes.